Yeah. Now you're doing it. You just said that too, though. That's crazy. That's even more crazy.
No.
But it's you have to know it, even in a crazy environment with all sorts of crazy fights happening and two marketable fighters, two big names, and
I voted.
So it makes sense.
And I voted. And I'm voting now. Wow. So we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Just announced an hour ago. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. My idol, Mike Tyson versus my new guy in boxing now. That's the hype of boxing, which is not just the hype, but the real fight of boxing. Jake and Logan Paul, the Paul brothers. YouTube forever. I'm a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? I'm for YouTube. I'm down with that social media influencer boxing. You know, man, I'm an amateur boxer myself with 15 wins and only 1 loss and 4 knockouts. You feel me? With a recent cancellation of somebody else from a YouTube that counts 3-4 times, it makes me 16-1. 16 wins, 1 loss. So, hey, man, real talk. Black and Brown Pride Unity champion. But real talk, man, on everything I love, man, this is big. Just announced, man. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Now, where do we begin in this? No one saw this coming. But you kind of did, but not really. So the fact is this. 3-4 years ago, Jake Paul and Mike Tall was talking off and on. Everybody asking what's up with you hanging out with Mike Tyson. Asking Tyson, and Tyson, what's up with you hanging out with Jake Paul? You want to fight the Paul brothers? You looking for a fight with Logan Paul or Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers? Nah, man, I like those guys. That's coming from Tyson. You know, Tyson accidentally calling Logan Paul. Actually calling Jake Paul Logan Paul. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul didn't like that. You feel me? But Jake Paul's my guy now. I'm for YouTube fighting. I'm for boxing. Period. Mike Tyson is one of the greatest powers in heavyweight fighters in heavyweight boxing history. Period. And besides Buster Douglas beating him and Evander Holyfield the first time around, all the other 3 losses, total of 5 losses. Douglas, Holyfield twice, and Danny Williams and Kevin McBride, 5 losses. So, out of all 5 losses, only 2 of them are legit. Douglas in the first fight with Holyfield. To everybody else, when Tyson was considered old. He's old. He's 57 years old. He's old. And then we had the exhibition with Roy Jones Jr., which is my 3rd favorite boxer of all time, which is 2nd is Evander Holyfield. You feel me? I grew up, I'm an 80s baby, so the 90s is my prime when it comes to wrestling. Your Hulk Hogan's, your Macho Man's, your Ric Flair's, your Ultimate Warriors, your Stings. You feel me? My era was Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is my idol. He's my favorite fighter. He's my favorite fighter, boxer ever, and my favorite fighter ever. Boxing or MMA, and all. Because now we say combat sports. And I've been watching UFC off and on since '93, since it burst on the scene. Your Horace Gracies, your Ken Shamrock, your Dan Severns, your Vitor Belforts. You know what I'm saying? Don the Predator Fry. You know what I'm saying? Your MMA legends. You know what I'm saying? I like them because it's a stand-up game. Boxing. I'm for the boxing. I'm for standing up. So we got Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Wow, no one saw this coming, man. Mike Tyson is my idol, second to my pops. Mike Tyson is my idol, my favorite fighter, nigga. Everything to do with savagery, the killer instinct of a fighter, I get from Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? The will, the erase fear and just go for the blow. Just finish him. Because either he's kill or be killed, or he's going to finish you or you're going to finish him. That mentality I took with me all my life, kill or be killed. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Humbly and respectfully for sport, because I'm a Christian man. You know what I'm saying? When a man stands in front of you, one must stand, the other must fall. And I don't come off my feet. And that mentality that Tyson carried, my dad carried, I carry. That's why I am the way I am. Like my mind clicks. Because my dad was like that. My dad was Golden Gloves. Holyfield, the heart of Holyfield, I love. The heart of my father to never give up on life. My dad will never give up on life. Mike Tyson, the power, the blows of Mike Tyson, the quick hand speed. There's only one other heavyweight boxer that even can come close to Tyson's power, and vice versa, Tyson to his, and that's Big George Foreman. You can throw your Ernie Shavers in there, okay, and your Joe Frazier's as well. But as far as powerhouse, that belongs to 2 people so far. Is Foreman, Tyson, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is the most devastating puncher in boxing history with speed. Now, his footwork has gotten slower over the years because of age. He's 57. One thing to go in a fighter in his last hurrah, let me make it very clearly when it comes to a fighter. The last thing to go, especially a powerhouse fighter or someone who bases his fighting on power, is his power to go. His punching ability is usually the last thing to go. Mike Tyson still has his punching ability. His hand speed is okay still, as we see in training videos and vice versa. He can still jump in and out. He leaps off the mat, just like I leap off the mat. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. And I leap like he does. Or like Bruce Lee. That's why I leap the way I do. I get it from Bruce Lee and Mike Tyson. I like to leap off the mat. You feel me? In any sport. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Jake Paul is young, 27 years old, and he can punch too. In his prime, he's young. He looks young. He's flashy. One glove may be white, the other glove may be black. The other trunks might be white on one side, the other trunk might be black on the other side. He's really flashy. Curly hair, young, the light skin complexion. You don't see it coming. He can punch. He can punch. Now I'm very, very lost for words for this, and I'm kind of confused because we got this Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou, which is tomorrow, Friday. Just watched the weigh-in. That's big. I've been so juiced. I woke up to my manager calling me, telling me, Tiger, wake up, turn the TV on. I said, what? Bay Area sports super fans. Turn the TV on, Tiger. I'm in Big Bear, California. He's in his office right now. Out there in California. Down in the Bay Area. Bay Area sports super fans. Bay Area super fans. Bay Area super fans. He's in the lab right now. He woke me up. I was asleep from training all night in Big Bear, California. Cold up here, snowy up here. You feel me? You know what I mean? Sun barely breaks through the light. You know what I'm saying? And real talk. He basically had told me, turn your TV on. I said, okay, what's going on? He said, it's going down. Tyson versus Jake Paul. Are you serious? Are you serious? Tyson versus Jake Paul. Now, a lot of things can happen in this. Now, Tyson's a legendary fighter. By no means can anybody just erase that. Mike Tyson is a killer fighter, devastating puncher. He can knock you out with either hand, but he's old. He's 57 years old. Jake Paul can punch too, though. Let me tell you something. Jake Paul can punch, and if he punches that old chin, that Tyson's old now. He smokes weed now. He's more humble in his life now. You know what I'm saying? But he can still fight, and he comes from the streets. He can fight. Now, Jake Paul don't come from the streets. He come from being a savage with money already. So he's a beast. Jake Paul let's not get it twisted, y'all. Jake Paul don't have to fight. Usually people fight because they want to make money. Some people like this to fight. Tyson just likes to fight. Jake Paul just likes to fight. He don't have to fight to get money. He got money. Don't get it twisted. Mike Tyson don't have to fight because he's already whooped and broke jaws and necks to get the money where he's at. He's doing very well with his weed gang. Tyson Ranch, big weed all over the place. Bay Area trips and some other shit. Hippie Hill 420 a couple years back. I was there. And then he knocked somebody out on the plane. As I told my manager, they probably trying to hurry him and get him back on the plane before he don't knock no one out. Guess what? Coming back from Hippie Hill, San Francisco, 420 2 years ago, 420 smoke. I said it on my video. Then I get home and watch the news. He did knock somebody out on the plane. I said they probably trying to hurry him and get him out of here before he knocks somebody out. And guess what? He did. You feel me? Yeah, Mike Tyson on the plane. Slap somebody up. No, Mike Tyson can still fight. Now, Holyfield, everybody will probably wonder, like, where's Holyfield in all this? You know what I'm saying? Holyfield beat Tyson twice, Holyfield is. How come you don't see Holyfield in the woodworks? How come you don't see Holyfield in the media? How come you don't see Holyfield all over the place? You know what I'm saying? That's because Holyfield's kind of fucked up a little bit. First of all, I haven't had a kids in infidelity and got him in the child support payments that go out big every month. That's why Holyfield's broke. Plus, Holyfield took a lot of punches. Holyfield got old quick in boxing. Here, he's always young, Holyfield. You've had Holyfield, my second favorite heavyweight. Here, Holyfield got old fast. Let's not forget, he was considered old, Holyfield, at 34 years old when he first fought Mike Tyson and won. That's why you don't see Holyfield in the woodworks anymore, because he's still trying to get one, not understanding that he's old now. But let's not forget, Holyfield don't punch hard like Mike Tyson. Holyfield got heart, but he don't punch hard like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson can punch. And that's what I said earlier, this last thing to go. So we had a very interesting crossroads right here, and I love the promotion. I said it on my X account, Twitter, already before I even seen the promotion from Jake Paul. Posted on Jake Paul's channel. You know what I'm saying? I just said it on my comments on Iron Tiger Son of God on X and Iron Tiger Son of God on YouTube. I told my manager. I called him up. I told him, I can't believe it. I just rolled out. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't wait for the promotion because they both got money. Jake Paul's what's up with boxing right now. Look at the legends he beat. Boxing or MMA, I don't give a fuck. They're still fighting. We're still fighting. I don't like that boxing and MMA. They don't care about all that. You get in one sport, that's your decision. You get another sport, man, that's your decision. You're still fighting. On any type of way you gonna fight. That's your decision. So all them legendary MMA fighters who jumped in the boxing ring, that was their decision, and they still lost from the shoulders. Fucking with who? Jake motherfucking Paul, nigga. The Paul brothers are real fighters, y'all. Get that not real fighter shit out your head. This fight is gonna be competitive. Don't think it's not. It will. Roy Jones should not have lasted all 8 rounds with Mike Tyson, or 9 or 10, whatever it was. He did. Roy Jones been shot. Roy Jones is old and he's older than Mike Tyson. Don't matter if he's heavyweight or middleweight or cruiserweight or light heavyweight. Don't matter. Listen to what I'm saying. Roy Jones Jr., a professional boxer, quick. The speed is gone. The last thing to go is the punch. You don't have a punch if you can't make up a punch. Roy Jones Jr. was never a big puncher. You see what I'm trying to say? His speed has been slowed up. Roy Jones has been knocked out brutally. Roy Jones is gone. And he's my 3rd favorite fighter of all time, boxer of all time. Roy Jones been slowed. He's been getting knocked out by MMA guys in 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. But let's not forget, Roy Jones Jr. lasted all 8, 9, or 10 rounds with who? Iron Mike Tyson. Even though it was an exhibition, he still barely got rocked. He got hit, really didn't get hurt. And I know they don't follow up punches when it comes to exhibition. There's no knockout. Someone lands a good shot to kind of slow up. I know the exhibition rules, but you still get hit. So here's what I'm saying. Roy Jones Jr., a natural middleweight, light heavyweight, who only moved up to heavyweight once and then went back down and been slaughtered ever since, lasted with a heavyweight, powerful puncher, Mike Tyson, in an exhibition. Don't matter if it's professional, exhibition, or whatever. He lasted all rounds with Mike Tyson. Old, slow up Roy Jones, who's been getting knocked out by everybody else, period. Even fucking MMA guys and showing up with virtual reality fights with muscle guys, Cali Muscle, which I respect a lot, and I respect Roy Jones too, but he's old. He lasted with Mike Tyson all rounds. Jake Paul's not old. Jake Paul's bigger than Roy Jones Jr. Jake Paul can punch. Jake Paul can move. Jake Paul is 27 years old. Jake Paul's not been knocked out. Jake Paul is not shot. And Jake Paul does beat legendary fighters in and out of boxing, streetwise or boxing. And Jake Paul is young, not old. 27 years old, can't punch. Not old like Jones. Can punch harder than Roy Jones. And he's younger, and he's on fire, and he's what's up when it comes to YouTube boxing. Get that YouTube boxing shit out y'all heads. That's what's up with boxing and fighting, period. Jake Paul has put... Let's not get this twisted, y'all. Get that boxing, MMA, who's promoting, who's Eddie Hearn, who's Don King. Get all that other shit out your heads, man. The old way of having to go to Olympic fights, and the old way of having to go to the Olympics, and you're too old, or you have to go to Olympics and be a great Olympic fighter. Then a big promoter sees you and signs you on and takes you in, and a shark comes get you and builds you up, and you get all these professional fights. You turn pro at the Olympics, whether you won a gold medal or whether you won a bronze medal. You're so good in the Olympics. You won, you lost, you won, you lost, whatever. You got 200 amateur wins and 5 losses, and all of a sudden you're great. And you want to turn pro. A promoter comes in with big money, a big mainstream promoter signs you, and get you a bunch of kick side fights, and all of a sudden you get the big fight, and you're the greatest fighter who ever lived. Blase, blase, blase. That's over with. In social media, influencer boxing, Misfits boxing, and Jake Paul and the Paul brothers, Logan Paul, and them proved that. The old way of boxing and fighting, period, is over. You can forget it. Having to be signed to a HBO or a Showtime, they left boxing because of the burst of MMA. Let's be real. And I'm for boxing. I'm an 80s baby. I grew up on boxing. I'm a boxer. My amateur boxing career, you already know it, 15 wins, 1 loss, 4 knockouts. I got 4 trophies from boxing, amateur. 1 that goes around your neck, and 3 that stand up. First, second, and third in first place. 4. None of that matters. Because whether I fight someone who has an amateur background career like me or not, or some guy coming off the streets with gloves, you're fighting. And whether you're an amateur boxer, a professional, or just a social media influencer, you're fighting. Whether you're 27 years old young or 57 years old you're old, or you're young. And Father Time is unbeatable. It's undefeated. Don't get it twisted. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. Not because the Paul brothers are what's up now, because they are. Not because I like the Paul brothers, Logan and Jake, because I do. And not because every Jake Paul fight that he's fought, I always rooted for him. Fuck, when he beat Tyron Woodley in the decision, man, my head almost hit the ceiling. I said, they're going to rob him. Ask my manager. We were watching it in California at his spot. That's before I went to the Big Bear, California. We was watching it at his spot. We got it on video. You know what I'm saying? I've never been so involved in a boxing match in my life since Tyson Holyfield won, or maybe Tyson Lewis in 2002. Or maybe Mayweather, more small division, Mayweather Pacquiao, but it was a dud. I was very tuned and into this Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. Why? Number one, because it was an MMA legend going to a boxing ring, and I'm for boxing. That's the real truth. Jake Paul, because I'm a YouTuber, and my boy a YouTuber, and we for YouTube. But never in the history of my life in a long time that I've been excited for a boxing match than when the Paul brothers got involved. Logan versus Mayweather, Jake Paul versus that Nate Robinson dude. I've been very much involved and very much in tune to the Paul brothers bringing boxing back before Francis crossed over to boxing from MMA. The Paul brothers did that. Big up to Kimbo Slice, Backyard Boxing on YouTube. He put it on the map. Kimbo Slice, RP, Kimbo Slice. RP to Kimbo Slice. Legendary savage fighter. Kimbo Slice, Backyard's No Man Touch. And UFC No Man Touch. Kimbo Slice forever, baby. Kimbo. Don't get it twisted. But since Kimbo's passing, the Paul brothers, Jake and Logan Paul, have put boxing and fighting, whether it's boxing or MMA, back on the map. Why? Let's be real. It's the underdog story to its social media utmost. First of all, it's some Joe talking. I can do it like a Rocky. Working on the docks, running money for the mob. Rocky Balboa shit. It's Rocky time, nigga. Okay, well, them days is over with now. Now we got influencer boxing, breakout boxing, social media fights, misfit boxing, influencer league. You have all these social media fighting platforms now. Which, I'm going to be honest, that brought boxing back. Let's not forget who started all that. Jake and Logan Paul. Now, Mike Tyson is the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion. Mike, undisputed champion, 2-time heavyweight champion. Mike Tyson. The youngest heavyweight champion who ever lived. The greatest savage killer boxer who ever walked this planet. But he's 57 years old, y'all. And even though he can punch, and even though he got good hand speed, his foot speed kind of slow a little bit. But he can still punch and he can still move. Let's not get it twisted. He can still punch with lightning fast hand speed. And you know what? Even though he got his footwork a little bit slower of age, he still jumps in and jumps out. But let's get it twisted. Jake Paul can punch and Jake Paul can move. The quick move. Look at the Tyron Woodley fight. Look at the Anderson Silva fight. Fuck, look at the up and down that Tommy Fury was doing to him, and he still got a knockdown. And they're young. Anderson Silva is old. Nate Diaz is considered old, but the guys can fight, y'all. Don't think MMA fighters can't fight. They may be legends in a different fighting realm, but let me tell y'all something. And I hate to say it because I'm a boxer and I'm for boxing. Dude, UFC fighters, MMA fighters, they do more, man. They choke you out, elbows, you know what I'm saying, knees, kicks. to the, you know what I'm saying, choke you up, break your neck, pound you with elbows, choke. You just can't hit in the groin and can't gouge your eyes out. They do more than boxers, man. You know what I'm saying? So but I'm for boxing. I'm for the stand-up game. That's why every MMA fighter who did boxing without stand-up, I followed. The Conor McGregors, the Don Fries, the Vitor Belforts. You know what I'm saying? The people that go blow for blow, the Chuck Liddells. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now Sean O'Malley, that my boy laced to me, Sean O'Malley. You know what I'm saying? And I voted. You feel me? Boxing reigns supreme. You know what I'm saying? It's legendary, like Mayweather said. It's legendary. But this is a fight that no one in the boxing community had thought of. Announced the day of Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. The day before the most richest cited heavyweight fight in a long time since Francis Tyson Fury, October 28, 2023. Now we got Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou tomorrow. Let's get it twisted. Not get it twisted. It's going down. It's going down March 8th. We're 13 hours away from one of the biggest heavyweight dramas in a long time, Knockout Chaos. And just announced on the day of Knockout Chaos, Jake Paul versus Iron Mike Tyson, boy. And I said it, the promotion's gonna be, I can't wait to see the promotion. Well, I saw some today. Masterpiece. But after the masterpiece and the glory and the lights that you see behind me, like the little podcast lights, then we go from, now what? That's the big question. Where does Tyson go from here and where does Jake Paul go from here? That's the big question. Well, for me, it doesn't do shit. It just proves that all that non-boxer shit that people say about Jake Paul, you can throw that away. It's been over with. Since the day he put the gloves on and got in the ring, because he don't have to. He got him long though. He don't have to. Y'all tend to forget that Jake Paul don't have to fight, man. People fight because they have to. People do because they want to do, not because they have to. You feel me? People fight because they ain't got nothing else, no education, or they ain't never graduated, they ain't got nothing to back them up. So that's why people fight. You feel me? People fight to get out the hood. People fight to make money. People fight to go on in life to eat another day, to put food in their mouth, put food on their table. People fight. James J. Braddock, man. The Docs, the Rockies. People fight because they have to, not because they want to. Believe me. People fight because they have no choice where they want to live. Jake Paul can live. He got money. He don't need to fight. He don't have to. But he wants to. That's a dangerous motherfucker, man. And let's not forget Tyson's old. But he can still punch, but so can Paul. I think what it boils down to is who's gonna get hit first. I hate to say it, because Tyson's my idol. I really don't want to see this. I really don't, because I like Jake Paul. But I have to go for Mike Tyson because he's my idol. I hope, to be honest with you, I really don't want nobody to win. I hope they hope the fight's so good that it goes to a draw. I'll take that. If Jake Paul can last all rounds with Mike Tyson, period, well, all that real boxer shit, I guess that's over with. It's already over the day he signed to fight Mike Tyson. Fuck, it was over the day he fought Nate Robinson and knocked him out for being a non-fighter, but he put the gloves on rich. He don't have to. It's like Don King didn't have to come, just like Donald Trump didn't have to come from the tower rich already, being a non-politician to try to help save and make America great again. He didn't have to, y'all. He chose to. Now that Donald Trump went down the escalators and decided to run for presidency, to be the president of the United States, a non-politician to bring this country back and save America. Now he's a bad guy, but he was all good before he did that. You see what I'm trying to say? But he didn't have to. Just like Jake Paul, he don't have to, but he's doing it. Jake Paul is the future of boxing. MVP Promotions, Logan Paul, get used to those guys, man. They're not going nowhere, and I'm glad. Big up to the Paul brothers, man. Big up to Iron Mike Tyson. And may they both come out safe, and may this be a good fight. This fight's going to boil down to who gets hit hard first.